Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer here. So a mere 2 months after my first video showing my French army, I've come back today with my Austrians. I know I kind of promised to bring that back in the first video, and I just haven't had the time, unfortunately. But we're here today, and I've set everything up that I've got. I guess I would say that I haven't been idle in the last 2 months because the Grenadiers in this shot have been painted. So if I had have done this as a timely video, which would have been great, it wouldn't have had those in. So I guess it's worth the wait, is what I'm trying to say. So I guess we'll start with the core troops like we did with the French. So I go right back to the far end. So any Austrian army has a large backbone of Fusiliers. So here we've got 5 groups of 8 Austrian Fusiliers. I chose the helmet because I think it makes the troops stand out. It makes them interesting. And I used to have some of these when I was really small in I think 1:72 scale. So they're kind of quite nostalgic for me. So we've got the full box set there. So I don't think I wasted a single figure, which is always really good for me because I tend to be a bit OCD with things like that. So there's 5 groups of 8, so that's 40 guys. You also get a couple of sergeants. There's Sergeant number 1, keeping everyone in line as he should be, and Sergeant number 2 pointing the way forwards. And then in terms of command group, we've got a standard bearer, a musician, and a rather dynamically posed officer who looks really cool. As with the French, I've got a separate model as a physic. So this is one of the it's another front rank figure from the same set as the one from the French. It's kind of like a Georgian gentleman or something like that, but it looks like he might be handy in a medical emergency. So there he is. That's my physic. Yeah. So on to support troops. So let's start with the cannon because this is one of my favourite pieces. Perry miniatures again, same as with the Fusiliers. This I bought 2 cannons just so I had enough troops to maintain it. So you've got 5 guys to actually operate the cannon, and I use this guy as an officer because he seems to be in a kind of quite a commanding pose. So he's the officer in charge. The cannon's actually French, hence the giant N on it. There's a company, I think they're Russian actually, who do kind of resin cannons. And I just fancied one, so I bought one. And I think I've used it with this because it looks quite nice. And obviously there's a little ammunition box there as well, just to add a bit of interest to the game. So that's a cannon, really chuffed with that. Always need one in Sharpe practice, handy to have. In terms of supports, one of the reasons I've chosen Austrians, for me they're kind of the most, I guess everyone usually does Peninsula, but for me I think the French spent most of their time fighting the Austrians and towards the east of France. So. And the Austrians have got such a cool variety of interesting uniforms and troop types. And the ones we're looking at here are, of course, the Grenzers. So they're sort of, I think they were originally kind of woodsmen or frontiersmen from the eastern end of their empire. I'll just pick one of them out if it's not wedged in the base. There we go. These are really cool. I really like these. So the brown jackets and the sky blue trousers, I think that makes them really stand out. So they've got some interesting light infantry there. 2 groups of 6, Perry miniatures of course, and in terms of command I have a sergeant, there he is in all his glory, and an officer. I really like this miniature actually, he looks really cool. So that's it. While I'm over this side, I guess, so this is one of my deployment points. So I bought the Perry command pack to buy myself the officer and the sergeant, and some of the troops being left over. Again, I like to use everything I've got if possible. We have another sergeant and a pioneer who are marching along, so I think that's quite a nice deployment point. So I drop those on there. Just keeping with the light infantry theme, we'll skim over here to the Jaegers. Again, another essential troop type for an Austrian force. These are Perry miniatures again. Great sculpts. These look really cool. And of course they've got rifles, which makes them a little bit more interesting in the game. A little bit more deadly at long range. And a bit of variety. I got the command pack with these as well from Perry, so I've got an officer if I want somebody of a senior level. And also a rather dynamically posed sergeant as well, which you could equally use. So I've got a couple of options there. I think in terms of expansion, I'll probably get another unit of Jaegers eventually, so having 2 leaders is probably a good idea. As I've said, I bought the command pack, so my other sergeant is on this deployment point. As I'm looking at it, it seems a bit bare, so I think I was going to plan on putting some kind of bushes behind him, so it looks like he's maybe a forward deployment point. So we can do that at a later date, but it's done, finished anyway for now. Again, one of the reasons I got attracted to the Austrian forces, you've got the Grenadiers, which is so cool. These are perimetals. I was in two minds for quite a while as to whether to buy another plastic box set and then buy the separate metal heads and short swords, which you can do from Perry. But there'd have been quite a lot of waste there, and for the amount I needed, it worked out probably about the same price for to buy. I think I bought 4 boxes. Did I buy 4 boxes? Yeah, 4 boxes of metal march attack pose guys and a command. So the other, you'll notice there's 2 groups of 8 there. The third group of 8 are still on my painting table, so there they are, mid painting. So yeah, really cool figures these. I'll pick one out. Again, I've used the same sort of paint scheme for the white there, just so they've got uniformity in the army. And I went for kind of a mid to pale blue for their cuffs. What have I got? So I've got a sergeant to steady the line, banner bearer, officer, and drummer. So what I intend to do, when I've got 3 groups of 8, when I've got the final group painted, it gives me an option to use these as my main infantry, which might be quite interesting in games as well. So got a significant force. And the final thing is my kind of pride and joy. So the Austrians were always, of course, famous for their hussars, their light infantry. And you can't have Austrians without some cool hussars. So these are the, let me get my Austrian pronunciation correct. These are the 11th Stip 6 hussars. Pale blue trousers, police with a green hat, or shako, as I should say. Hat. Goodness me. So yeah, we've got a group of 8 there. So I used 2 packs of 3, and then the 3-man command pack, so that I've got the officer as the sort of the leader. And in the command pack you get a sergeant who is, which one is the sergeant? I think that's this chap. And also a bugler, but I've just used those in the unit, so the unit of 8, so 2, 4, 6, 8 with the officer number 9, so I only need to get 3 packs of cavalry to fill that up. In terms of themes, I do like to have a theme for my army, where possible. And I'm kicking myself because I have an Osprey for I think it's Aspern and Wagram, or Aspern and Esslin, and I was specifically focused these on a particular battle and a particular engagement within that battle. There was quite a famous engagement around a granary where it changed hands loads of times, and that's what I wanted to. My French, the 67th, are around that as well. And I can't, the Osprey I've got, I made loads of notes on the sort of troops that I was going to buy to sort of thematically create that force. And I can't find it, unfortunately, but I do know that definitely that part of the battlefield, the Stip 6 Hussars were involved. There were Jaegers, and also there was an infantry battalion that had apple green facings, which is why they're apple green, or pale green. I also like them because I think they stand out quite nicely. That's another reason they're in there. Not sure if there were any pale blue Grenadiers there. I think it looked like a nice contrast, and makes them pop on the table. That's why I went for pale blue. Hopefully when I find my Osprey and dig into it, I'll find out that a unit that looked a bit like that was also involved. So that's it. I think it's probably the most comprehensive, in fact it is the most comprehensive force I've got, because massive block of 5 infantry units, so 5 groups of 8, so I'll never need any more than that. I'm going to have, when finished, 3 groups of 8 Grenadiers. That gives me lots of options. Obligatory cannon, lots of light troops, so 2 units of Grenzers and Jaegers, big old unit of cavalry, and that's about it. That's for me, that's kind of finished. I don't think I'm going to take this any further. I could potentially get another unit of Hussars, maybe some Jaegers, but they're pretty much done. Cool. Sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you guys and show you this. What I will do is I'll probably come back, if I can find, and it's in the house somewhere, if I can find the Osprey that gave me the inspiration for the army. I'll take you guys through the exact sort of detail of the battle that it was for. For me, I guess when I start a force, I like to have a bit of background. It helps me, kind of enthuses me when I'm painting, so if I can find that, I'll share it. Cool. So what next? I think next time I'll share my Bavarians, which is my third force that I've got. Maybe a few other bits and pieces. But for now, I'll sign off for now. So thanks very much for watching. If you do like this, please like and subscribe. I think I'm up to a mighty 9 or 10 subscribers now, which is amazing. I'll read all the comments, obviously, and thank you for the kind comments I've had so far. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.